I'm about to fill you in the biggest irony ever. A walking piece of irony, if you will. So there's this guy named Scott, right? We'll just call him Scott. We won't use his, name since he's feeling strike happy. But yeah, there's this individual named Scott. He is the biological father of a YouTuber named Liz Katz. You might have heard of her. Um, their son, right? He has a son with her, and Liz Katz is the baby mama of a YouTuber, Vanos crew member named H2O Delirious. All right. So recently, this Scott guy makes himself a public figure, right? He comes in, he starts crying on all these streams, trying to garner sympathy from everybody. He tries to play the role of the father who has been, isolated from his child, and he's the good guy, basically, right? So he's doing all this, trying to paint H2O Delirious and Liz Katz in the worst way possible, while also threatening to dox them, their house, their location, and H2O Delirious's face. Fun fact, apparently Scott has already shown H2O Delirious's face to multiple people, random people on Twitter that haven't even asked for it. So there you go. Keep this in mind. So we fast forward. Scott ends up being exposed for verbally abusing his son, and Liz Katz as well. All of a sudden, those crocodile tears, they kind of just kind of wash away, because here's the thing. We've all been duped by this Scott fella into thinking that he was the sympathetic face in all this, the sympathetic victim in all this, when in reality, he was playing all of us like a fiddle, myself included. So now, it seems to be that Liz Katz and H2O Delirious were right about this guy from the get-go. And how does he work this? How does Scott, the abusive father, work with this? Does he make his case better for himself? No, he doesn't. He continues to act erratic and show that he is not capable of taking care of his son. Right, alright. So, we cover Liz Katz's thread where she exposes all of Scott's dirty secrets that he has kept from the public, which includes and is not limited to the verbal abuse of his son. All right? A lot of other stuff, a lot of other things that would not make him look in the best light. So, what happens when somebody who doesn't want the truth being out there gets cornered? Well, they strike. They strike you. They censor the truth. So this Scott fella strikes my live streams where we in depth go over every disgusting thing he's ever done, which again includes him doing some very bad things, downright criminal things, right? And there's the verbal abuse of his son, which is obviously a big deal, and it contradicts his entire character. But again, the highly illegal things he did, has admitted to, is shown in those text messages that Liz Katz put out there. We were all going over them. We're critiquing it and showing how this guy is a dangerous person. He is a danger to everybody he comes into contact with. Nobody should trust this guy. This guy should just be, honestly, should be behind bars with the way he's acting and all the other stuff. Yeah, he definitely belongs behind bars. And fuck, I can't believe I'm saying this. I am 100% in support of fucking H2O Delirious if he can lock that fucker up. Because I am, that guy is a fucking dangerous human being. And even worse, he's a fucking narcissist, a sociopath that will fucking stop anybody from shedding any light on the fucking truth.
6 hours later.
Alright, so at the time of recording this video, actually, a couple of hours later, you'll probably hear this in the TJV stream or somewhere around there, because TJ had a conversation with this guy. This guy was basically talking to everybody that was giving him a hard time about doing this, because word got around pretty fast. And he went ahead and he reversed his decision, in his words, out of a good faith or something. But if there was anything good faith about you, you would have never done this. And, there's a bunch of things that were said, apparently. So I don't know if those conversations between Scott and these people will come out, but if they do, oh, they're going to be very spicy and chef's kiss. In one of these messages between him and my head mod, Scott's demands were like, you can't talk bad about him ever, right? Like, don't show his face, don't talk bad about him. Those were his demands. He left it so open though for like, anything defamatory that I find will be taken down. Edit out every defamatory statement and stuff. And it's like, holy fucking shit. That's so, I don't know. It's like literally if you say Scott has put on a couple pounds, he can, think that's like defamatory and strike you for that, right? Don't use his face even though it's his public Twitter profile. Right? It feels like this whole thing started out with Scott being like working the sympathy shit for everybody to fall for his crocodile tears and stuff, and he didn't really expect Liz to take the initiative and expose him. So now that there's negative press on him, he's also going ahead and like kind of trying to reverse everything, and now he's like apparently telling people like in DMs he's not a public figure now, and that he's waiving his rights to be like a private figure. I don't understand half the shit this guy says. What to Occam's razor TLDR it for you, he's a fucking giant pussy that now that he's getting backlash for his actions and calling his son all these derogatory terms, being a fucking racist, because yeah, fucking Liz exposes that too. It's over the top, it's annoying. You almost forget this is a 49-year-old man that's doing this. Like, what a fucking embarrassment, dude. But yeah, as of now, Scott is threatening to sue me. I don't know if I touched on this yet, but the funny irony of this whole thing is that he's going ahead and, he's striking for using his public Twitter profile, but he is going ahead to random people in DMs and exposing Delirious's face for what? Like, Delirious has never shown a public photo, but you feel like you can show that off, but you feel like people can't show your public Twitter profile, right? That's the fucked up part about this whole thing. Why Scott makes no logical sense at all. He just doesn't make sense in general. And when you're working with someone like that, well, let's just say you don't want to work with someone like that. They're fucking useless. They're just a burden to you as a person, as a human being. And that kid, I feel for them because maybe Liz and Delirious are the healthy alternative. This is purely from a opinion point of view. But am I going to really want somebody to be with someone like Scott? Think of it. This guy literally just out of nowhere in the dead of night decided to strike my channel for no real reason at all. Nothing that it's based in within reason at all. Like, you're trying to literally reason with an unstable, unreasonable individual, and then he retracts and backpedals when he knows he's gonna get heat for it. It's weird. It's a messed up situation overall. Oh well, it is what it is. I stated in the end of my last recording that if I ever go missing, it's gonna probably be because of this guy. Meaning that I literally feel like this guy could be a threat to my life, but it is what it is at this point. That's how dangerous of a guy this person is. He comes off, at least, But if you try to tell Scott that, he'll probably just say you're the issue. Whatever. Rip Bozo. Good luck with your legal case. Hope Delirious smacks you around in court. Peace out.